Want to have $200,000 in your account when you retire in 30 years. Your retirement account earns 8% interest. How much do you need to deposit each month to meet your retirement goal? Our savings annuity formula is P sub T equals D times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT minus 1 over R over N. Now, this formula here, we know all the different pieces. P sub T is what you end up with after time T. D is the deposit size. R is the annual interest rate. N is the number of times compounded per year. And T is the number of years. So for this, we're just going to go ahead and plug in everything we know. And we can plug in everything we know and then solve for what we're looking for, or solve for what we're looking for in terms of variables and then plug things in. I'm just going to plug in what we know first. So P of T, this is what we want to end up with after some amount of time T, and that is $200,000. We want 200,000. So I've got 200,000 equals, the D is the deposit amount, and we do not know how much we're depositing, so we're going to leave that, and that's what we're going to be solving for. And then we've got 1 plus R is the interest rate, and that is the 8%. Convert that to a decimal is 0.08. And then we divide that by N, the number of times compounded per year. And we're going to assume that's the same as the deposit frequency, which is monthly. Okay, so since we're depositing monthly, we're going to assume that we're compounding monthly, which is 12 times per year. Raised to the N times T, and T is the number of years passing, which is the 30 years. 30. And then minus 1, and divide by the R over N, 0.08 over 12. All right, now we just need to go ahead and solve for D. I'm not going to worry about plugging anything here into the calculator until I've got D by itself. So what we're going to do is first, this whole thing is divided by this fraction here. So we're going to multiply both sides by that fraction, 0.08 over 12, and 0.08 over 12. And that cancels it out right here. Okay, so we've got the 0.08 over 12 times the 200,000 equals D times this this whole thing here. And now we need to get D by itself. And what's happening here is D times all of that. And so to get D by itself, we're just going to divide by that thing. So divide both sides by that long expression there, 1 plus 0.08 over 12, raised to the 12 times 30, minus 1. Okay, that's that whole thing there. And we do it on the left side as well. 1 plus 0.08 over 12 to the 12 times 30 minus 1. And over here, it cancels that whole thing out. Okay, and we get D by itself. So here is the formula that we need to figure out. We're going to go ahead and plug that into our calculator. So I've got 0.08 over 12 times 200,000 over 12. And then down here, 1 plus 0.08 over 12 raised to the 12 times 30, and then minus 1. And there is our deposit amount. And we're going to go ahead and round that to the nearest cent. So that's 134. And we'll use that 5 to bump that up. So it actually bumps up to 20 cents. 134 and 20 cents. 134 and 20 cents.